Alright everybody, today I want to show you some new revelations, but what I have to do first is explain some previous revelations that I got, and so I want to go through that first. So you're going to kind of have to pay attention. This is a teaching video. You have to remove the emotions. We're not looking for emotions right now. I'm trying to show you guys something, and it's mathematics. So here we go again. We have three dates outlined: 2015, 2022, and 2029. Now, like I said previously, the reason that we land on these dates is because we believe that something started in 2015, which was a 14-year end time period, which is mirrored in Joseph's dream, the 7 years of plenty, which would have started off in 2015 with the blood moon tetrads, which is a very rare sign. Blood moon tetrads. That's what started this all off. And that 7 years would have went to 2022. And that was the year that we're in. So the 7 years of plenty. And sure enough, 2015 lands on the 10th Shemitah. A Shemitah is a 7-year cycle. And it is the 10th 7-year cycle from Israel becoming a nation. And interestingly enough, over that is that 10 means wealth. Wealth. And this was the 7 years of plenty from 2015 to 22. Then we have the 7 years of famine, which we are coming up on, which would be 2022 to 2029, predicting that Christ will come back in 2029. That's not the rapture, whenever that may be. Hopefully that is the second coming. And so that is how I got this basic diagram. Now back here you'll see it go all the way back to the cross, and I'm going to show you guys some new revelations with the number 3773, as you see everywhere. 3773 here, over there. And the mystery about this number is that if you take the first verse in the Bible in Hebrew, it adds up to 2701. 2701 is the numerical value for the first verse in the Bible in Hebrew. And what that equals out to is 37 times 73 is 2701.
In Hebrew and Greek, every letter of the alphabet has a numeric value. So, looking at the Hebrew alphabet, Aleph, the first letter, has a numeric value of 1, and has had as far back as anyone knows. Bet 2, Gimel 3, Dalet 4, Hey 5, Vav 6, Zayin 7, Chet 8, Tet 9, Yud 10, Kaf 20, Lamed 30, Mem 40, Nun 50, Samech 60, Ayin 70, Pe 80, Tzadi 90, Kuf 100, Resh 200, Shin 300, Tav 400. Of course, the letters Kaf, Mem, Nun, Pe, and Tzadi have a different shape, a final form, when the letter appears at the end of a word, but that doesn't affect its numeric value. With that in mind, and believing we can see God's hand of design in the scriptures, let us look at the first verse of the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In Hebrew, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Now let us work out the numeric value of each word. Bereshit, Bet 2, Resh 200, Aleph 1, Shin 300, Yud 10, Tav 400, total 913. Bara, Bet 2, Resh 200, Aleph 1, total 203. Elohim, Aleph 1, Lamed 30, Hey 5, Yud 10, Mem 40, total 86. Et, Aleph 1, Tav 400, total 401. Hashamayim, Hey 5, Shin 300, Mem 40, Yud 10, Mem 40, total 395. Ve'et, Vav 6, Aleph 1, Tav 400, total 407. Haaretz, Hey 5, Aleph 1, Resh 200, Tzadi 90, total 296. The total value of all the letters in all these words is 2,701. And that breaks down to 37 times 73. 37 is a prime number, and 73 is a prime number.
Now, interestingly enough, we find this number everywhere, all over the board in these last days that we're in. So again, I'm going over some old information. I have to, though, to set the foundation. So, right here we start in 2015. And we take 20 plus 15, which is 35. Then we go to 2022. 20 plus 22 is 42. Then we go to 29. 20 plus 29 is 49. So these are the three numbers that we're working with. And interestingly enough, these are the dates that are marking the 14-year last days period. So if we take the first one, which is 35, and add it to the next one, which is 42, we get 77. Now the sevens are popping up everywhere. The number of 7 is the number of completion, divine completion. So we get 77 here from adding 35 plus 42. Now if we take this 77 and multiply it by the 49 right here in 2029, we get none other than the number 3773. And why that is so amazing to me is that Isaiah 46:10 says that God declares the end, which is 2029, from the beginning, which is Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. And that's 3773 here at the end and 3773 at the beginning. Very amazing to me, very amazing. So that is one of the patterns that I've shown before. The second one is that if you take the second 3773, which is, you take 42, right? Because 20 plus 22 is 42. How many sevens are in 42 right here? That's 6 sevens. 6 times 7. So then imagine 6 sevens right here. So you have 3 sevens on this side and 3 sevens on this side. Okay, we're imagining this because it's 6 sevens to make 42. Well, for the first 3 sevens, you have 21, so that's 3 times 7. So you have 37. The second 3 sevens, you have 7 times 3, which is 21 again. So you have another 3773 right here on 2022, marking this last 7 years. That is very amazing to me because God is declaring the end from the beginning. Interestingly enough, one more part to that old pattern is that when you take the 35, which is 2015, and the 42, which is 2029, you get 77. And 2022 is the 11th Shemitah, because remember 2015 was a 10th 7-year cycle. 2022 is the 11th. And if you take 7 times 11, you also get 77. So you have a pattern from the 11th Shemitah with the 7, which is 77, and you have a pattern with the years that we're in, which 35 plus 42, which is 20 plus 15 and 20 plus 29, you get 77 again. These patterns are unbelievable to me. So now I want to show you some new revelation that I got today that I'm very grateful for. And we're taking the 2 3773s that we had right here, right? Now we have them over here. Now what is 3773? Well, if you add it up, 3 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7, you get 20. So we have one of the 20s. Then you take 3 plus 7 and 7 plus 3 again, you get another 20. So we have 20 and 20. Why is that amazing? Because 20 plus 20 is 40. And it was going to be from Christ's first coming to his second coming, a total of 40 jubilees, marking the end from the beginning again. Did you get that? 3 plus 7, 7 plus 3 is 20. And then do it again is 20. That's 40. 40 jubilees from the cross to the end right here. Now, a jubilee is a 50-year cycle in Hebrew. So it's 2,000 years from the cross to 2029. And in Genesis chapter 6, verse 3, God made a prophecy. He said, "My spirit shall not always contend with man, for his years shall be 120. So from the beginning, it's 120 years. From the beginning to the cross, it was 80 jubilees. From the cross to 2029, it's 40 jubilees, which is 3773 added up twice. And we get those two 3773s right here. That's very amazing to me also. Now, some of the new revelation that I got today was that when you take this video is called 12 sevens. So 2029, you land on the 12 Shemitah. Shemitah is a 7-year cycle. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, if you times 7 times 12, 7 Shemitahs, 12 Shemitahs, which is Shemitah 7 years, you times it by 12, you get 84, which symbolizes 84 weeks, which is 7 years. These numbers all connect. So you get 84 if you multiply the Shemitahs up, symbolizing 84 weeks on the 12 Shemitah. And if you add 8 plus 4 for the 84 weeks or 7-year period, you get 12, symbolizing the 12 Shemitah, or 12 sevens. Then you add 8 plus 4, symbolizing the 12 Shemitah. The number 12 means governmental order, which is right here in 2029, God's governmental order coming down is Jesus Christ. And then if you add the 2 plus 1 in the 12, you get 3. 3 means divine order. So not only do we have governmental order, but we have divine governmental order because Jesus Christ is coming back in 2029. Right, and the other pattern to finding the 12 sevens at the end here is not only taking the 12 Shemitah, which is 2029, and timesing it by 7, because a Shemitah is 7 years, and you get your 84 weeks, which is the 12 Shemitah, 84, and then 8 plus 4 is 12. But also, if you take the 2 3773s, and you multiply 3 times 7, which is 21, and 7 times 3 is 21, then do it again, because you have 2 of them, 21 and 21, so you have 4 21s, you add them up, you get 84. Another 84 for the 84 weeks or 7 years ending in 2029, which is also another 12 because 8 plus 4 is 12, governmental order. And then you take the 2 plus 1, which is 3, and that means divine order, God's divine governmental order in 2029. That is another pattern for the 12 sevens. I mean, it just goes on, and I'm just thankful God is showing these amazing things. These patterns cannot be done if this was on 2014 instead of 15, or 2023 instead of 2022, or 2028. None of this would work. It would all be out of whack. So that's something to remember with this, that it's so precise that it's simply amazing. When you understand some of the number mysteries in the Bible and the Hebrew calendar a little bit, now you have confirmation that it's not only I'm saying it's the last days because all this crazy stuff's going on, but it's saying it's the last days because the Bible proves it with numbers. There is no miscommunication with numbers. It's a universal language. Just like the sun and the moon and the stars, it's God's clock in the sky. The Hebrew calendar is God's clock in the Bible. And there's only one translation to it. And there's no interpretations to numbers. They can only add up to certain things. It's not like a Bible verse where you get 20 different commentaries on one verse. In mathematics, there's only one way to look at it. And this is the way that you can know, if you believe, that we are in the end times. And these number patterns are all over the place at the end.